Welcome to our exploration of flower photography. We'll start with a basic image and then discover 5 simple yet powerful tricks to transform your photos from ordinary to extraordinary. Here we have a basic flower photo. While it captures the subject, it lacks the visual impact that makes a photograph truly stand out. Let's examine how we can elevate this image using 5 simple techniques. We'll focus on 5 key areas that can dramatically improve your flower photography. Each of these techniques is simple to apply, but can yield remarkable results. These arrows highlight the 5 areas we'll address. First, we'll look at composition, specifically the rule of thirds, which can add balance and interest to your image. Next, we'll focus on sharpness, ensuring your main subject is crisp and clear. Third, we'll explore how to use the foreground to add depth. Fourth, we'll consider the background and how it can complement your subject. Finally, we'll discuss lighting techniques to make your flower truly shine. By mastering these 5 aspects, composition, focus, foreground, background, and lighting, you'll be able to transform a simple snapshot into a captivating piece of art. Each of these techniques is accessible to photographers at any skill level, and when combined, they can dramatically elevate the quality of your flower photography. Here we have a typical photo frame. Let's examine a common mistake in composition using a simple flower as our subject. Notice how the flower is positioned dead center in the frame. While this might seem logical, it often results in a static and uninteresting composition. Let's explore a powerful technique to enhance our photo, the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is a fundamental principle in photography and visual arts. It involves dividing your frame into a 3x3 grid, as shown here. This simple guideline helps create more balanced and engaging compositions. The key to using the rule of thirds effectively is to place your main subject at or near one of these intersection points. These are areas where the viewer's eye naturally gravitates, creating visual interest and a sense of balance in your photo. Watch as we reposition our flower to the top right intersection. This simple adjustment dramatically changes the feel of the image. The composition becomes more dynamic, guiding the viewer's eye through the frame in a more engaging way. By moving away from the center, we've created negative space that adds depth to our image. This contrast between the subject and the empty space creates a more compelling visual narrative. This improved composition demonstrates how a small change in subject placement can significantly enhance the visual appeal of your photos. Remember, the rule of thirds is a guideline, not a strict rule. Use it to experiment and find what works best for each unique shot. In photography, composition is key to creating visually appealing images. One powerful technique is the use of leading lines, which we'll explore now. A leading line is an element in your photo that guides the viewer's eye towards the main subject. Let's add a curved line to our flower composition to see how this works. These small arrows represent the visual flow along our leading line. They illustrate how the viewer's gaze naturally follows the curve towards the flower. The leading line acts like a visual pathway, drawing attention to our subject, the flower. This creates a more engaging and dynamic composition. To truly appreciate the impact of leading lines, let's compare the composition with and without this technique. Notice how the before image, while clear, lacks visual interest. The after image, with the leading line, creates a sense of movement and directs attention more effectively to the flower. This simple addition transforms a basic snapshot into a more thoughtful, engaging photograph. Let's explore how camera angles can transform your flower photography. We'll start with a typical eye-level perspective, which is how most people instinctively take photos. This standard angle is what we're used to seeing in everyday life. It's a straightforward representation of the flower, but it might not capture its full beauty or create a compelling composition. Now let's apply our first photography trick, changing the camera angle. We're going to move our camera to a low position, almost at ground level. This low angle creates a dramatic shift in perspective. From this viewpoint, we're looking up at the flower, which can make it appear larger and more imposing in the frame. Notice how the flower now seems to tower above us. This angle emphasizes its height and can make even small flowers appear grand and majestic. It's particularly effective for showcasing the underside of petals or capturing flowers against a sky background. By simply changing your camera angle, you've transformed an ordinary flower photo into something more dynamic and visually interesting. This technique works not just for flowers, but for many subjects in nature photography. Experiment with different low angles to find the most flattering and impactful perspective for your subject. Let's explore a powerful photography technique that can instantly elevate your images. We'll compare two compositions of the same subject to demonstrate the dramatic impact of thoughtful positioning. In our first image, we see a beautiful flower. However, notice how the busy background competes for attention, distracting from our main subject. This is a common mistake many beginners make, focusing solely on the subject and overlooking the importance of the surrounding elements. Now, let's examine our improved composition. Here, we've kept the same flower as our subject, but we've made a crucial change to enhance its visual impact. The key difference between these two images lies in the photographer's position relative to the subject. By simply moving around the flower, we've dramatically altered the background composition. This technique allows us to control what appears behind our subject, giving us the power to eliminate distractions and create a more visually pleasing image. Observe how the clean, complementary background in our improved photo makes the flower stand out. The soft, uniform backdrop creates a natural spotlight effect, drawing the viewer's eye directly to our subject. This simple change has transformed an ordinary snapshot into a more professional-looking photograph. Remember, great photography isn't just about capturing your subject, it's about thoughtfully composing the entire frame. Next time you're taking photos, try moving around your subject to find the most flattering background. This simple trick can instantly elevate the quality of your images. Golden hour is a magical time for photographers, occurring twice daily during sunrise and sunset. Let's explore why this time is so special for capturing stunning images. During golden hour, the sun's position in the sky changes dramatically. As it moves closer to the horizon, the quality of light transforms, creating unique lighting conditions for photography. Notice how the sun's light changes as it moves. The harsh white light of midday softens into a warm, golden glow. This transformation occurs because the sunlight must travel through more of the Earth's atmosphere, filtering out cooler blue tones. This warm, golden light enhances the appearance of subjects in your photos. Observe how it affects our flower, bringing out richer colors and creating a more vibrant look. Golden hour occurs twice daily, just after sunrise and just before sunset. During these periods, the sun is low in the sky, creating long, soft shadows that add depth and dimension to your photographs. The soft, warm light during golden hour is ideal for various types of photography. It's particularly flattering for portraits, as it reduces harsh shadows and gives skin a warm, healthy glow. For landscape photography, it adds a magical quality to scenes, enhancing colors and creating beautiful, long shadows. By understanding and utilizing golden hour light, you can dramatically improve your photos. The warm tones, soft shadows, and enhanced colors will give your images a professional and captivating look.